Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the Social Boost Lab podcast. We are so excited to have you here as we kick off this journey exploring the ever-changing world of digital marketing.
Yeah, it's a landscape that never sits still, does it? Every day brings something new.
That's for sure. And speaking of new things, we're diving right into a major development from TikTok today, something that could really shake things up for creators and brands.
It certainly caught my eye. I've been following the reactions online, and people are definitely buzzing about it.
Rightfully so. We're talking about TikTok's newly expanded affiliate marketing program. It's all detailed in a recent article by Andrew Hutchinson for Social Media Today, published just this week on November 13th.
And the big news here is how TikTok is streamlining affiliate marketing for creators. Earning money through recommendations just got a whole lot easier.
You're telling me they're letting creators embed links from select partners right into their video posts. No more messy workarounds or begging people to check their bio link.
It's a bold move for sure, especially when you think about how platforms like Instagram have famously resisted putting links directly in captions for all these years.
Makes you wonder if this could be the push Instagram needed to finally reconsider their stance. What do you think? Could this be the start of a trend across social media?
It's certainly possible. TikTok is often a trendsetter in this space. But let's zoom back in on how this actually works on TikTok. These affiliate links are going to show up right at the top of the comments section, sending traffic directly to product pages.
So seamless. It just removed all those extra steps for potential buyers, making the purchase process so much smoother.
Exactly. And that's no accident. This is a core part of TikTok's bigger picture strategy. They're clearly aiming to make in-stream shopping a huge part of their platform.
Absolutely. They've been rolling out all kinds of features geared towards making it easier and easier to buy things without ever leaving the TikTok app.
Think about the potential impact this could have, especially for creators and brands who are already active on TikTok.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. What are some of the biggest potential wins for each side?
Well, for creators, this opens up a whole new revenue stream that goes beyond sponsored content. It's a chance to earn commissions on products they genuinely love and use, simply by recommending them to their audience.
So it's not just limited to physical products, right? We're talking digital products and services too.
Precisely. It could be anything from online courses to software subscriptions to event tickets. If it's something your audience might find valuable, you can potentially earn a commission by weaving it into your content.
That's huge. It's all about finding that sweet spot between authenticity and relevance, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your audience can spot a fake recommendation a mile away.
Absolutely. You have to be genuine and choose products that truly align with your content and audience. That's where careful research comes in. You need to fully understand the affiliate program itself, the products you're promoting, and the commission structure.
Right. You don't want any surprises down the road. Now let's flip the script and look at it from the brand's perspective.
Okay, so if you're a brand, what does this development mean for you?
Well, it sounds like a pretty sweet deal on the surface. You get to tap into a massive and highly engaged audience on a platform that thrives on viral content. It's like a direct pipeline to potential customers, right?
It has that potential for sure, especially when you consider how hard it is to stand out on other platforms where users are constantly bombarded with ads. But as we discussed earlier, there's also this issue of control, or rather the lack of it. Brands are essentially relinquishing some control over how their products are presented.
Which I imagine could be a bit unsettling for some brands.
Absolutely.
Especially those that have very carefully crafted brand image and messaging.
You're right, it's a valid concern. But I think the key here is to be willing to adapt and evolve. This is the direction social media is moving in. In-stream shopping is becoming the norm.
So brands need to figure out how to play the game strategically right. How do they leverage these new opportunities while minimizing any potential risk?
Exactly. And that might mean being more open to collaborations with a wider range of creators.
Creators they might not have considered working with in the past.
Yes. It's all about being willing to step outside of their comfort zone and embrace the unexpected.
Because the reality is this new wave of affiliate marketing isn't going anywhere. If anything, it's just going to keep growing.
I completely agree. And those who are willing to adapt and experiment will be the ones who reap the biggest rewards.
Well said. So whether you're a creator or a brand, the message is clear. Pay attention to this trend. Do your research, and don't be afraid to try new things.
The world of digital marketing is in constant motion. Those who are willing to move with it will be the ones who come out on top. So we've established that this new affiliate program from TikTok has the potential to be a pretty big deal. But What does it actually mean for our listeners?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
Let's break it down. First off, if you're a creator out there,
Yeah.
this could be a game changer.
Absolutely. You're already putting in the work to create content and build an audience. Now you have this built-in way to potentially earn money by simply recommending things you genuinely love and use.
It feels like a natural extension of what many creators are already doing.
Exactly. And it's not just about promoting products either. Think about all the different types of affiliate programs out there. You could partner with software companies, online educators, travel booking platforms. The possibilities are vast.
I hadn't even thought about those. It really opens up a whole world of opportunities for creators to monetize their content in a way that feels authentic and engaging.
The key is to be strategic about it, though. You don't want to just start spamming your audience with random affiliate links. It has to feel organic and relevant.
Right. It's all about building trust with your audience. They need to know that you're recommending things because you truly believe in them, not just because you're getting a commission.
Exactly. And that's where doing your research comes in. Before you even think about joining an affiliate program, you need to understand the terms and conditions, the commission structure, and most importantly, whether the products or services align with your values and your audience's interests.
It sounds like there's a lot to consider, but it also sounds like a really exciting opportunity for creators to take their business to the next level.
It definitely is. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about the brands.
Okay, so for all the brands listening out there,
Yeah.
what does this new development mean for you? It's a bit of a mixed bag, right?
You could say that. On one hand, you have this incredible opportunity to tap into a massive, highly engaged audience on TikTok. But on the other hand, as we've discussed, you're also relinquishing a certain degree of control over how your brand is represented.
It's almost like a trust fall with creators.
Yeah.
You're essentially betting on them to represent your brand in a way that aligns with your values.
That's a great analogy. And that's why it's so important for brands to choose their affiliate partners carefully. You need to find creators who not only have a strong following, but who also share your brand's aesthetic values and target audience.
It seems like doing your due diligence is more important than ever in this new landscape. You can't just assume that any creator with a large following is going to be a good fit for your brand.
Absolutely. You need to do your research, look at their past content, their engagement rates, their audience demographics. It's about finding creators who are a true match for your brand and who you feel confident will represent you well.
It sounds like brands need to approach this with a balance of open-mindedness and cautious optimism.
I think that's a great way to put it. It's about being willing to embrace new opportunities, but also being smart and strategic in your approach.
So for brands who are considering diving into TikTok's affiliate program, what advice would you give them?
I'd say start by defining your goals and your budget. What are you hoping to achieve through this program? How much are you willing to invest? Once you have a clear understanding of your objectives, you can start identifying potential affiliate partners.
And don't be afraid to think outside the box, right?
Yeah.
This is a chance to connect with creators who might not be on your radar, but who could be a perfect fit for your brand.
Exactly. Be open to new possibilities and be willing to experiment. You never know where you might find your next successful partnership.
That's great advice. Now let's take a step back for a moment and think about the bigger picture here. TikTok's move into affiliate marketing seems to be part of a larger trend we're seeing across social media. What are your thoughts on that?
You're right. It's not just TikTok. We're seeing more and more platforms blurring the lines between content and commerce. It's all about creating a seamless and engaging experience for the user, where they can discover products they love and buy them without ever leaving the app.
It's like that saying, meet your customers where they are. And these days, that's often on social media platforms like TikTok, where they're already spending hours consuming content.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important for brands to adapt to this changing landscape. If you're not present and active on these platforms, you're missing out on a huge opportunity to connect with your target audience and drive sales.
It sounds like the brands that are willing to embrace this new reality are going to have a significant advantage in the coming years.
Absolutely. Those who are hesitant to experiment with in-stream shopping risk falling behind.
So what's the one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember from all of this? Whether they're a creator or a brand, what's the most important piece of advice you can offer?
I'd say it's all about being adaptable and staying ahead of the curve. The world of digital marketing is constantly evolving, and those who are willing to evolve with it are the ones who will thrive.
Well said.
You know, as we wrap up this first episode, it strikes me that TikTok's affiliate program is just the tip of the iceberg.
What do you mean by that?
Well, think about it. We've been talking about how this program changes things for creators and brands on TikTok itself, but what about the broader implications for e-commerce?
I see where you're going with this. You're thinking beyond just TikTok and looking at the bigger picture of how people shop online.
Exactly. This move by TikTok could signal a fundamental shift in consumer behavior. We might be witnessing the early stages of a world where social media isn't just about connecting with friends and family, but is the primary way we discover and buy products.
It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. Just a few years ago, the idea of seamlessly buying things while scrolling through your social media feed would have seemed far-fetched. But now it's becoming the norm.
And that's why it's so crucial for businesses of all sizes to pay attention to this trend and adapt their strategies accordingly. The old ways of marketing and advertising are becoming less effective as consumers become more discerning and immune to traditional tactics.
So what's the new playbook? How can businesses stay ahead of the curve in this rapidly evolving landscape?
The key is to create authentic and engaging content that resonates with your target audience. It's no longer enough to simply blast out generic ads and hope for the best. Consumers are looking for genuine connections and value-driven experiences.
So it's about building relationships, not just transactions.
Precisely. Businesses need to focus on creating content that educates, entertains, or inspires their audience. Content that adds value to their lives and makes them feel like they're part of a community.
I love that. It's about fostering a sense of belonging and shared values. That's how you build true brand loyalty.
Absolutely. And once you've built that strong foundation of trust, promoting products or services becomes a natural extension of the relationship you've cultivated with your audience.
It's like recommending something to a friend.
Yeah.
You're doing it because you genuinely believe it will benefit them, not because you're trying to make a quick buck.
That's the perfect way to put it. Authentic recommendations go a long way in today's world, where consumers are bombarded with so much information and advertising.
So what's the one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember from this episode as we embark on this journey of exploring the dynamic world of digital marketing?
I'd say it's this. Be adaptable, be authentic, and always be willing to learn and evolve. The digital landscape is constantly changing, and those who embrace change with a curious and open mind will be the ones who thrive.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And on that note, we've reached the end of our very first episode. Thank you so much for tuning in.
It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
And to all our listeners, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Social Boost Lab, where we share valuable insights and updates on all things digital marketing. Until next time, keep boosting your social presence.